Today, I like to list like 10 best wildflowers I found this year, 2021. Most of them I have never known this particular flowers at all, even though I lived here for a long time. And so it was like a discovery, and I don't know why this discovery happened this year. I think because I had I'm not sure, after retirement, and after I stopped working, my world opened up a little bit, and I had more time or something like that. And I thought it was amazing. And for me, I have been, for a long time, I have been wildflower lovers. And ever since I remember, even my youth in Japan, I was taking photographs of wildflowers. And at that time, probably some people less than 5% of the friends may be interested in looking at the plants, but majority of them are not that interested. And when I came to the U.S., and I was amazed at how many plants that you never seen before, because of different locality. So in the U.S. I lived Pacific Northwest, South Carolina, and Iowa, and Michigan. I lived those areas, and as long as I have luxury of walking around the woods or walking around the field, I try to do that. But of course, the locality has a very special, typical species there you don't see anywhere else, and that's one thing. But since the 1995-ish, I lived in Colorado, state of Colorado, and ever since then, I have been working, but I have been trying to identify the plants and all this stuff. But until this year, very interesting. I never walked the neighborhood here, and so. That's, I think I was going to go best 10, but some of them, very, very common in all over the world. And so I think it's much easier to do from the top to the bottom. And the top position was occupied by Cowpen Daisy. Also known as gold reed. This plant came up when I was walking the dogs this spring, and wow, I know all the other plants, but this particular plant is a single plant, flowering very beautifully, and wow, this color is so vibrant yellow, and it's like it's unlike the common sunflower, very strong, tend to be a little bit reddish yellow, right? But this is a very pure yellow. What is that? And it's beautiful. And I have been watching that particular plant for a long time, and until I found the name, looking at all the books and everything, I always stuck in my mind that, wow, I have to find the name of this particular plant, and I found it. And so this particular plant is annuals, and it's all over around this area, but it's not constantly homogeneously distributed or anything like that. It's locality. I think the one particular plant grow there and spread the seeds and establishes a grove of same plants here and there. And that's what happened. Especially this particular plant is not going to be inside the established field or anything. It's almost like a disturbed that nobody, all the curved side of the trail has been cleared, and that type of disturbed area they start to grow. And because of the seeds drop down to the soil, and I think when it's germinate, I think that you need to have a sun and to nurture these plants. And so at least I think 3 season here, entire season. Early spring, that first one you can recognize the beautiful flowers, and then second wave come probably about May or June. Come the beautiful flowers patches, and then August another blooms come, and then I think so 1, 2, 3, 4th time I think it's already like only small growth, but it has beautiful flowers on top of the small growth. That happened because of annuals. The plant itself life is very short. It just grows very fast, and then flower, and then they made a seed. They make seeds, and then after making seeds, they die, and the seed drops on the ground, and they start again, new life. And so, wow, that's kind of interesting, very interesting. But other than that, beautiful flowers. And there's lots of other yellow flowers that I noticed here, and lots of different sunflower, and also aster, golden aster. So that's probably, I would say, maybe 3rd after common sunflower. This understand that always facing to the east, that they don't follow the sun, and at the sunset time they face the west or anything like that. That they always face the east. So this is beautiful. That they are facing the sunrise, I would say. But it's kind of beaten up a little bit. But flowers definitely. Beautiful. And this bees goes with the pollen. Sunflower is the 2nd, and golden aster is the 3rd, and this one So pretty. Getting dark, but it's amazing. It's I think it's not. It's I would say that's it's annuals or I think it's a perennial. The golden aster is a perennial, so it doesn't have a many flowering seedlings comes up, but it's a same plant. It's continuously bloom until August or September, and so that's probably three interesting yellow flowers that I noticed, and the two of them I never knew before. Okay, so the other thing interesting is the, of course, penstemon is number 4. Penstemon. Which is beautiful. I never knew the penstemon grow like weeds in the Colorado plains. That's number 4. And the number 5 is prickly poppy. When prickly poppy's flowers finishes, it appears like this. The seed pod, and that's pop up all the seeds and multiply themselves. Which is also, I halfway knew, but until this year I really paid attention. I haven't paid attention to this particular plant. And also this particular plant has a long life. I think this is annual, but it has a long flowering period. And so that's the 5th, prickly poppy is the 5th, and the 6th is the scarlet grove marrow. This is the orange marrow thing with spider warts. It's prickly poppy. And this one, I never seen this one before anywhere, and all of a sudden, it popped up in my eyes everywhere this spring, and it's a orangish red flowers, tiny flowers. But when you see them, it's a wow, it's a beautiful and so forth. And the other plants, that's number 6, right? And then Rocky Mountain bee plant is number 7. Bindweed is a everywhere, like enemy number 1 for gardeners, because it's invade the garden and grows everywhere. It's almost impossible to eradicate. Holy cress. Holy cress is kind of beautiful because it's massive vegetation here, and they seems to be congregated in one spot, and the other spot they're not invading that much. But I think definitely this is a sign of the weeds that invades gradually from one spot to the other. Also another weed for the gardener, but when I saw that particular both bindweed and holy cress blooming this field, nature field, tremendously huge area and dominating in a certain time of the spring and the landscape. That's very interesting. That's number 9. And Dalmatian toadflax, number 10. And that's also I knew that particular one, but I didn't know it just grow like tremendously thick area of this nature trail area, and tremendously dominating the landscape in certain time of the spring. So that's number 10. I have been calling myself as a plant lover, a wildflower photographer, wildflower lovers. I have been taking pictures everywhere I go, but until this year, I didn't know that those, few species, the existence of it, and such an abundance growing here, beautiful, and so that made me think, your capability of recognizing things is also you are trying very hard to identify and try to open your eyes as wide as possible, but still you miss it. And as long as you missing it, as long as you don't know, it doesn't bother me, right? It doesn't bother the person who doesn't know, but once you know it, and your eyes open and you get to know their existence, and you feel like almost like you are a different person. And this is somewhat like related to the topic of when you everyday life, and you're living everyday life, you have a certain routine to go through, right? Going to work and come home and eat, and you go into the gym and all these things, and socializing with very limited number of friends, and you feel that's your life. And of course, that's your life if you are ignorant, right? And I think that's a wonderful life, and you feel happy, and you year by year you just maintain that particular lifestyle. And I think some of the people, most of people like that. I think you kind of tend to go to be like a familiar existence and not disturb, stable route to go through, and you feel happy, no disturbance, no changes, anything. And I think you are blessed that you are a kind of person that you going through that. And but some other people, regardless of their intention, they find something new, and all of a sudden your eyes go to there, and you become a different person. This is tremendously true. Like my hobby, for example, I try so many things, and I have like 1,000 of hobbies or something, but only last probably 5, I'm 73 right now, last 5 years or 10, a little bit more than 5 years, maybe 10 years, I found the joy of reading fiction books. All these things that you never know that you will enjoy it, but you found that particular topics, and your eyes wide open. And I'm not sure that that's something that when I talk to you guys, you learn anything from this. But I really feel that that if that doesn't happen to you, then that's very good. Your life is peaceful and steady and very nice. I think that's very, very nice. I think I'd like to have that kind of a life. But some people, regardless of their intention, those things comes, boom, to your life, and you kind of open to that opportunity, or you, regardless of your intention, again, you have to open your eyes, because this thing is new. And that's something that not only the happy thing, but probably not so happy, or somebody passed away or something like that, or something happened to your family or whatever it is, and you have lots of problems in your work or something like that. So but it's always like eye-opening incidents there. And I think at least I think your life expand a little bit sideways, and to gain that particular experience in your life. And I think that's a little bit better than you have like straight, steady, close maybe life. So that's probably I would like to compare, just because I found a few wildflowers that I never seen before.